Hold on.
Nilufer is going to talk about Sustainability Maturity Index. A similar sorts of methodology, but obviously different subject matter. So she is our head of sustainability and our sustainability expert. So over to you, Nilufer.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well. Maybe a sound check. Is it okay, this level of sound?
Yep, it's fine.
Okay, and the slide is okay with full view, right?
Yes.
Yes, with transform better. Okay, so hi everyone, though I cannot see you, I'm very pleased to be with you in this today's gathering, and I'm so happy that Sustainabil-IT has invited me and Digitopia for that matter. I am, like Jan said, heading the sustainability business line for Digitopia for 2 years now, but my background is in banking. So for about like 25 years, I've been working in the banking industry with different departments, but overseeing this, digital transformation, obviously within Turkey, as well as I worked also in some international companies like BNP Paribas. And so I have seen this whole massive, transformational challenge, and banking industry, of course, is not immune to that. On the contrary, it is a very important industry, even having an impact on the other sectors because of its power of finance, as you know. So my story is that, but why I landed in sustainability is because since I have seen this transformation, since like the beginning of the 2010s, I also see the sustainability revolution coming like for 5 years ago, and I understand easily that everything will be actually coming under this big umbrella. And David actually mentioned about new rules, new games, and sustainability is like that. It's the sustainability, it's the revolution, it's a new economic model. So it is very, very important. And I would like to highlight also here that maturity, if we have some guests here who are already working in sustainability, most probably this will be the first time that you will encounter a product, a service in the sustainability space called maturity. As you know, the classical consultancy approach to sustainability is about like materiality analysis, very simple gap analysis, and then also this reporting and frameworks. But what I am going to explain you today or showcase you today is a little bit different in the sustainability space. But to start with the content, I will just want to fast forward you to 2030, as most of you are mostly aware of the sustainability development goals for now. Maybe you're working in your organizations trying to also align with those goals in terms of your sustainability strategy. But if I was there with you in the room, if I had asked you if we would be able to solve our problems by 2030, like the Paris Summit has, asked us or, claimed from the world, most probably all of us would say no, and the existing ongoing problems of the world is really not very promising. So the world will still face many challenges in 2030. We all know that. There will still be intense competition over resources. Corruption won't disappear, of course. The environment will still face risks. But a world that has been pursuing the global goals will be better organized to address these challenges, that's for sure. More capital will be deployed in sustainability infrastructure. More innovation will be directed at environmentally stable solutions. So I'm having this positive, perspective of the future. So another thing we are sure of, most probably would agree that over the next 15 years, sustainability will become as big and as disruptive in every sector as digital technologies have become over the past 15 years, right? So moreover, over the next 15 years, these two disruptive forces will increasingly converge. So the majority of businesses successfully targeting sustainable market opportunities, and that's what a sustainability maturity index tool is all about. It's all about grasping the economic reality of sustainability. So all those businesses that are targeting those sustainable market opportunities today are also built on digital technologies, and digital industry groups and policymakers are collaborating already to see how and where digital technologies can speed progress towards the global goals. So in a nutshell, sustainability, the Sustainability Maturity Index that you're going to see today approaches this phenomenon not from the rating, not from the compliance. Yes, we cover all the environmental, social, and governance standards framework, which I'm going to show you in a couple of minutes later, but we approach this phenomena from a real sound economic reality perspective. And as again, like Jan and David has talked about, transformation is very hard. But in terms of sustainability, it's even harder because there's this perception from business leaders that sustainability is actually bringing cost, or it's not very opportunistic in terms of business. Those perceptions are now going down because United Nations Development Commission is announcing those numbers every year, putting some real numbers for each market, saying that delivering new innovative solutions for the problems of the world will bring like $12 trillion of new sustainability created business. So the background story is about economic and questions are important, right? The big question the private sector is asking and trying to answer now is how to ensure growth, or maybe optimize growth, and at the same time balance profit and profits. So this is the pain. And as you may also read, or maybe you're aware of this big debate between the environmental social governance world, the ESG world, is now being under attack because most of the academicians and most of the people who are invested in this matter are claiming that the ESG only approach does not solve the transformational efforts of the sustainability reality. So that is why reportings and ratings, they are more about the results, but how you go to the end of the road, the transformation journey, is your sustainability strategy. That is what we are trying to solve, bringing this capacity to the business leaders within their organizations, unlocking the human potential of all departments, not leaving this crucial matter to one person, to a sustainability manager, or to someone who is being addressed as the sustainability leader, one person in the organization. How do we align all our employees to the same goal, to the same perspective? Once we accept sustainability as a competitive advantage, and then we realize that its strategy should be designed by taking into consideration all the strategic functions of an organization, right? So the reason why many organizations are reluctant to change their business models or shift to a greener or more inclusive ones, because it requires some real change, is basically because they don't know how to use sustainability as a strong stimulating factor for their business. And compliance to ESG standards only do not provide that, right? So when we accept that, we look for some new tools to solve that problem. And I will just skip here to the ESG versus sustainability, which I actually talked a lot, but just to highlight, the Sustainability Maturity Index, the Sustainability Maturity tool we designed, is not a classical ESG metric measurement tool. We do not provide a tool for carbon measurement or for social ESG metric measurements, which you're going to experience now is, like Jan just has explained, a transformational journey where you can oversee all your strategic functions in a sustainability perspective. So maybe again, a few or some of you may have followed, but the European regulation is really coming. Actually, it has already arrived, but they really grasp this mentality of not using ESG only for compliance and for risk management purposes, but using ESG also for it is called double materiality. Now companies are being asked to prove that they linked their business model and strategy to their sustainability strategy, right? So even the reporting world now transformed itself from being only to ESG metric, derived model to this double materiality issue. This is very important, and when you look at it, why European sustainability reporting standards will trigger a strategic shift is very obvious on the slide, because there are so many things that you need to do even for reporting, and all those steps like impact mapping, materiality assessment, data gaps, business model links, targets, and all those things should be interconnected to each other. You cannot address those things to different people. You cannot build a strong sustainability strategy with a fragmented process, right? So the challenge here is how to measure, manage, and increase the maturity of your organization, overseeing all this journey. Where are you on your sustainability journey? How to get a view of your organization's transformation status versus market and industry best in class. Those are the challenges, and those are the questions that a leader should ask. So to sum it up, if we want to position sustainability maturity index in the sustainability domain, there are so many services, but there is only one correct, slice that we really do fit, and it is the strategy and business transformation challenge of the companies. So I mentioned that the sustainability maturity index covering all the international standards, and you might wonder how we did that. We actually looked into all the topics, all the contents that GRI or SASB, and they are actually very similar to each other. All international sustainability reporting frameworks comply each other. So we looked all the content under those frameworks, but we are not we are not here to mimic the reporting world, right? So we took the content, but we redesigned the dialogue, we redesigned the language in a way that all our employees in our organizations can understand what is being expected from them in six dimensions, like the digital maturity index. And those 6 dimensions are, for us, governance, capacity, engagement, operations, ambition, and culture. So again, if you are looking at this slide, trying to understand where the environmental social governance is embedded, governance is pretty obvious. It's governance, but in our model, the environment, the E part of the ESG is under operations, which I will show you again in the live platform. So all your environmental footprints, all your supply chain problems, the resilience and the risk management of the supply chain is under operations in our model. And the S part of ESG is corresponds to the engagement dimension, again in SMI. So under engagement, we delve into all your relations. How do you engage with your partnerships? Not only with your employees, but do you have a system? Do you have a capacity to also partner with a green tech company to create a new product, for example? This is for us very important to unlock that business potential. This is where the reportings and the rating frameworks are short, because they are not interested whether you are really designing new products or, creating inclusive business for the vulnerable groups. They just want to ask you some questions, kind of like a due diligence, and then you ask them, and then it's a report. But the whole transformation spirit comes from, this partnership. So this is why we call it the engagement culture. Obviously, we are, the people are. At the center of this transformation. So again, the other speakers also said, for David beautifully put it, that the biggest factor in transformation is actually the failure factor is the human being not being aligned to this transformation. True for sustainability. So under culture, we look into the traces of the real alignment of people for that matter, and the capacity dimension of the sustainability maturity index is all about whether you really have this capacity in place to leverage your technology for the sake of sustainability development goals, whether you have organizational structures in place to run all those initiatives within your organization. And last but not least, we have the dimension called the ambition. Ambition is all about your purpose, all about your leadership skills, because the regenerative and the responsible leadership is a very well known concept now. So the leaders are now being challenged to walk the line, not just to talk about, but because there are so many greenwashing going on in the world now. So ambition is where we really look deep into your company's real ambition to drive that change. There are so many good companies and leaders out there as global best practices, which we mention in those sessions where we moderate the sessions. And you score yourself, the organization score themselves, but we moderate them. Anyway, we have some customer success stories there, but I don't think I have time. Maybe if I have time, I will get back to them. But I'm going to show you, I will end it here, and I will just quickly, if I can, take you to the impact platform, which is hopefully here. Just hold on. Share. And I need some verification now again from the audience. If you can see the yes. Screen, it says, yep. Hello, Nilufer, go to Impact Runs. Okay, so Jan has shown you, all our features beautifully, but let me just walk you through the real platform. As if you have entered today to Digitopia Impact Platform, you're going to be welcomed like this, and then you click on to go to Impact Runs, and then you will have different execution templates here, but I'm going to only click on to the one which I have just done for you, kind of like a demonstration of a company which we have done the SMI. As you can see, all those dimensions are listed here. And if we want to, for example, go to, let's say, to the governance, maybe governance run, and then you will be able to see here the important topics under the governance section, like the compliance, the corporate structure, and the transparency of the company. And then pretty much like the digital maturity index, and actually the platform is the same, right? The software is standard. The sustainability content is being put into the design of the maturity product of Digitopia. So it's all the same, like Jan just explained to you. You score yourselves as today, and then you score for a 1-year target. What happens is that, let's say next topic, you have all done that in a session with a consultant or without a consultant, you can do that. And then once you submit all your dimensions, then you will be able to click into the strategy cockpit, and then you will be able to reveal your scores coming, hopefully. Yes. So you will be able to see your scores, you will be able to see your target state, and then this is the measure part. And then once you click to the transform phase, you will be able to see the initiatives being listed under the recommendation engine. We have a data set of 1,000 of recommendations listed in this platform. You will be able to see your recommendations. All those again listed under the urgency and importance axis, same again. The roadmap is pretty much again the same, the rationale is the same. And we also have the pit stops here. So I'm going to stop here. I just wanted to have you a flavor of what's going on in the Saas platform. But if I have time, I can go back to the presentation for the company cases, or I can stop here based on my timing. Mark, would you please advise what to do here?
Yeah, Nilufer, thank you very much. And what we're going to do, we're going to we are running a bit late. Let's continue with the panel discussion. We'd like to love you to stay, because I think we may have questions from the floor.